Hi Kayla, this is Fancy, and I am looking at your design and comparing it to what you said. So there are a few things I'd like to point out. First of all, I do see your single and double visual pathways, and I see where you're trying to gradate them across the paths. Right away, I see this dark double visual pathway, but I don't see a light double visual pathway anywhere to balance it. It's kind of my eye goes right to it, and it's a bit of static movement. So you need something that's visually equal to pull the eye in a different direction. Um, Dark values often recede, so that light double visual pathway most likely will not have to be that big. Um, Psychologically, it can be, we'll see it, if it were that big, it would be overpowering. So it doesn't have to be that big, but it does have to be present. Also, I'm looking for the gradation or looking at the gradation across pathways. And it looks like you have 4 steps. You have this dark and this dark intermediate gray and this light intermediate gray and this light. So you have, it looks like 4 values that gradate across pathways. Um, you're not gradating in order. So if I look at this area, dark, you jump to light, medium, and then back to dark, medium, and back to gray again. So here's, I mean, this gradates without the white, but there's no light. Here, if you go in this direction, it's dark to medium or dark, middle gray, which is good, but then you jump to light and then back to the light gray. So this should actually be flip-flopped if you want a nice smooth gradation. Here you start out with a dark middle gray to dark, which is fine, but then it jumps to light. So it's very jumpy. You need to go in the order of the scale. And you need to have equal value steps, which I think you do across those 4 steps. I think they look pretty balanced. Grading across paths works well with points of emphasis, and I feel like you have like a big one here, and then maybe a smaller one here that's starting, and then maybe one that's here. And I think that's kind of a nice balance, this big one balanced by these 2 smaller ones. So this one is kind of in the upper right corner, and this one is kind of in the lower right corner, but it's more to the left, and I think that works well. You wouldn't want them lined up. So if you choose to develop these, I mean, make sure that it feels like this one's a little bit further off and this one's a little bit closer. I think that will also keep the weightiness at the bottom. You have some short pathways that don't seem to continue anywhere else. Maybe this one goes off the page through closure and then back on. So maybe that is something. I'm not quite sure if that's what your intentions are. So you're almost there, but you do have some work to do. So think about that and let me know your thoughts.